Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope that you all are safe and sound at your homes and enjoying your studies with these video lectures. Okay, as we have done all the translation of chapter number 2 Chinese New Year in our previous lecture, so we are going to do its exercise today. As you can see that I have written all the points that we are going to discuss today in this exercise. So let's start with point 1, theme. Okay students, so here is the theme on page number 18. I am going to read it for you. Chinese New Year is one of the major festivals in Chinese culture. Just like other ethnic communities of the world, in China too, the New Year is the most important day of the year. This is the time when the family members strive to be with their near and dear ones. They regard this as a time to usher out the old year and welcome the new with great festivities and merrymaking. Okay, the theme tells us about the importance of Chinese New Year in Chinese culture, as we have read in the whole chapter in our previous lecture. Now coming towards glossary. Students, as I have told you before that the glossary is the part of your objective paper, so you have to learn the glossary. It will help you in your objective paper. Okay, vocabulary part. Part A. Give the meanings of each word as used in the lesson. You have to do these words meaning in your journals, as we have done. We have read the whole chapter, so I hope that you all are able to write these meanings of your own. Okay. Part B. Form a noun from the given words and use the noun in sentences. So here are written 4 or 5 words here. You have to make nouns from these words and you have to make sentences with these words. And I hope that you can do it of your own, because you have also practiced this activity in your previous classes. So you can do it of your own and you have to do it in your journals. Okay, reading comprehensions. It is also a very easy task. There are some MCQs regarding your chapter and we have read the whole chapter. So it is very easy to do for you. So you can do it of your own and you have to do this reading comprehension part A in your books. Okay, in the B part of your reading comprehension, here are some question answers and it is the most important part of the chapter. And I'm not going to tell you the answers. You will answer it of your own. I'm only going to give you idea of the answer. When does Chinese New Year start? It is a very easy question and it is in paragraph number 1. You can take help from paragraph number 1. Why do Chinese families do thorough cleaning of their houses before New Year's Day? It is also very easy. It's in paragraph number 2. And वो अपने घर की क्लीनिंग इसलिए किया करते थे ताकि वो पिछले साल के बैड लक को अपने घर से निकाल दें और नए साल के गुड लक को अपने घर में वेलकम करें. Number 3. Which color is not allowed and which color is encouraged on Chinese New Year and why? It is also very easy. It is in paragraph number 2. What do decorations on doors and windows symbolize? I think it symbolizes luck and happiness. Number 5. What is the significance of New Year's Eve dinner? It is also very easy. They make 8 to 9 dishes and it is a grand dinner of the family and they celebrate Chinese New Year with this Eve dinner. Number 6. What do the little red envelopes filled with money symbolize? I think wealth and prosperity. What is the importance of Chinese New Year for Chinese families? This question will be done of your own. Okay students, moving towards forward, the grammar part of this chapter. Collective nouns. Fill in the blanks with the correct collective nouns. Uh, as you all know that what are collective nouns, you must know about the kinds of nouns. So it is one of them. A collective noun is a noun that denotes a group of individuals. Okay, so here are written some collective nouns, and you have to fill these blanks with these words, and it is very easy. You can do it of your own, and you have to do it in your book. Okay, number 2 is must and must not. Okay, must and must not. Must is a modal auxiliary verb, and it helps us in giving meaning to the other verbs. We use must in a sentence when there is some strong obligation, when there is something very necessary or very important to do. We use must in the sentence. Okay, must not. We use must not when there is something strongly prohibited in the sentence. So here is the exercise of must and must not on page number 22. I think you all are now known with the use of must and must not, and you can do it of your own. So you have to do this exercise on your books. Okay, part C is present indefinite and present continuous tenses. I'm sure that you can do it easily, so you can do this exercise of your own in your books. And the last part is punctuate the following paragraph. It is also a very easy paragraph. It is the part of your chapter. You can also take help from the chapter, and you have to do this punctuation in your books. And now I have written some home tasks for you. Number 1 is vocabulary. Part A and B will be done in your copies. Number 2, reading comprehension. Part A will be done on your books, and part B will be done on copies. Number 3, grammar. Part A, B, C and D will be done on your books. And last but not the least, translation of paragraph number 4 will be done on your copies. So our chapter is completed, and you all have to do all these home tasks, and you all have to send it to me, and I will check it, and I'll come with the new chapter again. Till then, see ya, take care, Allah Hafiz.